Today, on How It's Fixed. Split rail fence. The worker will be replacing this split top rail, this loose line post, as well as this rotted corner post. The worker will also add missing screws to this gate latch. The materials have been pre-purchased: a top rail, a line post, and a corner 3-hole.
Corner 3-hole? Damn, can we get coffee first?
The customer brings more coffee for the worker because he's a nice guy. The worker uses his cat's paw to remove all the staples from the fencing. Once the staples are removed, he is able to discard the broken rail. He gently places in the new top rail, and he struggles. The struggle bus is approximately 12 feet long and accommodates one passenger. With the new rail in place, the worker staples the chicken wire back on to the fencing. The worker moves on to the next 11-foot section and removes all the staples. He puts the staples in his back pocket as he plans on reusing them. The staples dig into his ass cheeks, and this hurts. Once the worker has removed all the staples, he rolls up the chicken wire and moves it off to the side. The only chicken wire being replaced is this 4-foot section. The worker uses a pair of diagonal cutters to snip along the edge of the section to be replaced. The worker then removes all the rails from the corner post. This shitty corner post has snapped, making his job even more difficult. He uses a pair of post hole diggers to dig the hole to the required depth. For hard dirt, rocks, and tree roots, he uses this dig bar with a flared base to keep it from falling out of your hand. Rocks and hard items are removed by hand. The worker fucks around with this hole for over an hour before he can get it to the required depth. He drops in his new corner 3-hole post and then checks for plumb. Once he is satisfied with the placement of the post, he adds in a bag of rapid setting concrete. He adjusts plumb as he adds in the concrete and then pours in cool water. Once the concrete has set, he uses his foot shovel to backfill the hole. The line post has also snapped. Gosh dang it. The worker temporarily puts in a rail to ensure that he likes the location of the new hole. This hole digging goes much faster as the post was completely rotted to mush under the ground. He drops in his new post, inserts the rails before adding concrete. This will allow the worker to make easier adjustments for plumb. Once all the rails have been inserted, he checks one more time for plumb and makes adjustments. He then adds concrete and cool water. The worker then unrolls the chicken wire and staples it back onto the fencing. This 4-foot section got new chicken wire that the customer had left over from a previous repair. The worker then adds new lag bolts to the gate latch and ensures proper operation. Once the worker is finished working, all the work has been worked. The worker puts on a silly mask and yells out his signature catchphrase, "On to the next house!"